are they? Can you move them out a bit? Can you expand the garden of your mind? Can the garden of your mind connect to other gardens? Take on other perspectives, other varieties of flower or tree or gorse? Do you want to do that? You know? So we've got a lot of control here, if you like, through a word that's becoming more and more valuable to us now, and it's called awareness. The more aware you are of who you are and how you think and what you do, the more aware you are of the kind of garden you're growing in your mind. So there's the concept of thoughts become your actions, become things, become actions, whatever way around that goes. So the superconscious mind, oh, hang on a minute. Back to subconscious. The will is here in the conscious mind. The subconscious is the power. The subconscious is the power or the doer. We do everything subconsciously. We're kind of motivated subconsciously by our beliefs, by our feelings, by our emotions, by our creations, by who we think we are. So you can choose up here to stop smoking and to not drink coffee anymore. And then you suddenly wake up in the morning and you're smoking and drinking coffee. You think, hang on a minute, I wasn't going to be doing this anymore. The power was behind here. And the subconscious mind's decided, if you're a smoking, coffee, drinking person, the subconscious mind has decided that this is what it does. Because it's a nice, safe place to go, or it's a sneaky place to go and I get some peace and quiet to myself, or whatever it might be. We've all got our own little reasons down here for doing what it is, why it is, what we do. Yeah. So we need to have the power on this side. So if anyone says use your willpower, you can only use your willpower if your will and your power are in alignment with each other. So we're going to work on alignment. So let me just come to superconscious now. This is our connection to source or soul, spirit. This is our connection to love, healing, grace, forgiveness. It is, most importantly, our connection to our soul or to source. It's our connection to the whiteboard. It's our connection to all that is. It's our connection to that immortal, eternal soul self, that part of us that does not enter into the stream of time. That part of us that is forever pushing us to go and do something. I don't want to do this, but you just do it. Why am I doing this? I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm just doing it. And it always turns out to be kind of right when you just let that thing happen like that. So when we're born, we're not really born as a clean slate. Anyone in here who's had kids can know that that kid had a little bit going on in its personality before you started conditioning it to the way you wanted it to be. For its own good, of course, but you know, that's what we do. We want them to look after themselves and clean up and be able to move out eventually. So they're not a blank slate, so there's stuff that goes on. But something happens around about the age of 7 to 11 years of age, and we develop what we call as a critical factor. And that critical factor, somewhere between 7 and 11 years, and we know it's developed then. This is our capacity to analyse, rationalise and go, hang on a minute, how can that story be true? So this is where we become suspicious of Santa Claus and the tooth fairy and any of the other moon is made of cheese type of lies that our parents and older siblings told us. And we're like, oh, you lied about that. So that means that this develops, it grows within us, and it's that ability to go, hang on a minute, this isn't adding up. Here I am smoking or drinking coffee or taking drugs or being horrible or being a yucky person and I don't want to be, or I'm being irrational and whatever it might be. I'm doing these things that I don't really think I want to do. I don't think that's who I am. I'm not thinking that that is the me that I want to be. So it doesn't add up anymore. And it's that it doesn't add up anymore type of thought process that puts people in my chair. And they're going, all right, what was actually going on? And so when we learn about this critical factor, that's the gatekeeper, this is like a filtering mechanism. So it only lets go through here. It only lets what go through here. That proves that what's gone on before is true and right and correct. In other words, if I've made up a belief that I'm unlovable, then I'm only going to let information come in that goes to prove that I'm unlovable. I'll get more into that in a minute when I talk about beliefs, which is going to happen in this box. So there's a whole lot of stuff. This is the me that I think I am, this 10%.